So if you're working with a decent facilitator, they will give you really comprehensive preparation guide for ceremony. We send out a document to everybody, and we recommend a minimum of 3 weeks to prepare for a ceremony for your Hero's Dose overnight ceremony. And you can't really, in some ways you can't prepare enough, and in other ways you're always ready. The great thing about working with mushrooms as a psychedelic medicine is that they're very safe. So technically, there's nothing you have to do. However, the more preparation you do, the better prepared you are. The more you put in, the more you get out. That's what I always say. So really, the preparation that we ask you to do is for you to psychologically prepare yourself to be able to be the most grounded, to be the most clear, to be the most clean, to be able to have the best experience that you can. Sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes you're going to come in and there's going to be outside noise, be that physical, emotional, or mental, and that's just what you need to have happen. But the more you can signal to your unconscious self as well that this is something important that's happening, that this is something to be respected, that this is not just something that I do on the fly, the more profound an experience you're going to have. So in the documents, I'm not going to go through everything we talk about in the documents, but we go through a recommendation of how to cleanse yourself physically, how to cleanse yourself mentally and spiritually. So it's really about getting rid of as much outside noise as you can, coming off social media, reducing the number of interactions you're having with people, cleaning up your diet as much as you can, having any conversations that you think are important to have before ceremony, giving yourself space and time in nature, in meditation, giving yourself as much spaciousness in your day and in your night to allow whatever needs to surface before ceremony to come up. Because the minute you decide you're going to do a ceremony, the ceremony's actually already begun, and things will start coming to the fore. And the more preparation you can do is the less that the medicine needs to get through before it can get to the core of what it is that it wants to bring to you in your ceremony, right? So if you are drinking Coca-Cola and eating junk food and you go into ceremony, luckily with the mushrooms, you're not putting yourself at physical risk, but you might go through quite a lot of physical purging in the ceremony to get rid of all those toxins before the medicine can work on a deeper level, right? If that's something that you're really struggling with, not being able to do that kind of preparation, not being able to purify your diet and yourself physically in that way, well, then that's what needs to be worked with in the ceremony, right? So that's what's going to come up for you. But the more of the work you can do yourself, the more you can come into clarity, into quietude, into a pure space, into a quiet space, is the easier you're going to find the ceremony and the deeper the work will be. And then you're also more able to be aware of what is coming up in that time that is coming up for healing that you need to look at. So that's, in a nutshell, how we prepare for ceremony.